Hi, I'm Melanie Menzel. I'm here at Berkeley Community Media in Berkeley, California. I'm joined here with Hannah Perry, who contacted me through Facebook and asked if she can come to the station to take a tour and see what's going on and talk to us about things that are happening here. And I welcome Hannah to the station. We've done a few moments of getting the set together and technical things, and I'm glad to have you here at the station.
It's great to be here. It's really nice. Thank you for showing me around. It's really nice to, when you travel other places, especially to see people doing similar things in other countries and other places, and just to connect up with people is really nice. So thank you.
I like this idea that you're starting a new trend. We can go around to other public access communities around the world and have conversations about how they're doing public access.
That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? That would be really good.
And then maybe we can even share content and inspire other people who might not think that they have the skills to be able to make video. That they can make video and share. I mean, people are making video all the time.
Yeah. I think that's what community media is about, isn't it? It's about giving people that confidence and those opportunities that they can make media. They can be a part of that. So yeah, that would be really good to do.
So so tell me a little bit about where you're from and what kind of how the broadcast happens, and if you have, like, we have the cable as well as internet, but I understand you only have internet. Tell me about how that works a little bit.
Okay, so shall I tell you a little bit about the history of the station? So it's called Swindon Viewpoint, and we're based in Swindon, which is in Wiltshire, in the southwest of England. And it started as part of a government experiment programme, and in 1973. And it ran the experiment ran for 2 years in 5 places across the country. But at the end of the 2 years, the only one still running was Swindon Viewpoint. Wow. And it ran right into the end of the 80s. And at that time, it ran on cable. It was really well staffed. It had about 5 full-time members of staff, loads of equipment, studio equipment, and a vehicle as well that used to go out and do broadcasts outside at events and things. So it was, brilliant period for the organisation. Unfortunately, it eventually lost access to the cable service, and so it ran dormant for a number of years. And then we collected, the last chair at the time, he collected all of the archive material, waiting for the internet to develop enough to be able to carry video.
That's vision right there, to have that, to save that material for future broadcasts.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely vision. And so then, like 10 years ago,
is it television? Sorry.
Okay. So next April will be the 10-year anniversary of Swindon Viewpoint being online, and it's at swindonviewpoint.com, and loads of archive material, but we also make a lot of new material for today as well. And it will also be the 45th anniversary of the organisation in the same year. So yeah, it'll be an interesting time, and we're going to be looking to redesign our platform and kind of make it a lot more modern, a lot easier to use, and kind of just up to date really. So we do a lot of covering of community events and talks and debates and things like that, which are really important for the current day, but also looking forwards and that kind of thing of wanting to make tomorrow's archive today and keep that archive going. We're really lucky that we've collected a lot of footage as well, so stuff that was made way before the 70s. In fact, our oldest film is actually made in 1918 or 17, I think. It's 1913, so it's over 100 years old, the archive, and we've got something from every decade all about Swindon.
Where do you keep all of the content? Maybe you have a server, but then there's got to be backup or maybe original content, or like VHS?
So we've still got the original old film cassettes, and that's storage is an issue, definitely, but we're looking at partnering with our local history centre and trying to get some of that stored there long term. But at the moment we just store it in various places that we can find, in different various offices and community spaces and things at the moment. But
hopefully places that are not moist or something. I've heard of the degradation of these kinds of archives.
Yeah, we keep them dry and we keep them safe. But and then obviously once it's been digitized, it's a challenge to keep all that on the server and everything. But the website is powered through Vimeo, so we keep everything.
Powered through Vimeo?
Well,
it's powered through Vimeo.
Yeah.
I thought it was like .com. Okay, no. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we put all our stuff out through Vimeo and then onto the website. Yeah.
So Vimeo is sort of your storage in a
Yeah.
way, and do people constantly contribute to the archives, and like how do you get your content? Do you have people who are members of your organization and then they
So it's
upload?
a bit of a mixture. We want to see more people uploading and offering their own content. That's really the idea of it. But we find that there's often people need a kind of support and sort of encouragement to do that, which is fine. That's what we're here for. So we do two sorts of things really. We look for grant funding to run projects. So we do a lot of work with local community groups about the work that they do and help to get the message out there about their cause and why they're needed, why they're so important, and the service that they provide to the community. So this year we've been working with all of them are equality groups in some way. So we've worked with the Swindon Interfaith Group and the Swindon Seniors Forum and the Swindon Feminist Network. So all things that are related to equality issues and trying to get these, the issues sort of raised, but also kind of promote the services that these amazing organisations are doing, which often just goes under the radar so much, that work.
Absolutely. Like if they're not fully funded by a big organization, then they kind of like have to depend on the community who need them so much probably. We have a similar thing where we support nonprofits and give them a break on membership. And then in November, actually, we have a free public service announcement day that we produce a video for them, like a 3-minute video that can air on TV and that they can put on their social media and get more awareness. Because I think that's what we're building in our communities is just like, who are the people around us? What's the culture? What are they contributing? What are they, like the lifestyle, and then to create empathy and compassion and for people who have differences. And it sounds like what you're saying too with the nonprofits and just making that recognition of, hey, we're over here, and we.
Yeah, absolutely. And those organisations, they would never, like you said, they're grassroots, small organisations. They're not attached to big national ones that have lots of money. They could never afford to go to a commercial company and say, could you make me a video? They just couldn't afford to do that. So it's a really great resource for them.
Do you teach them how to do it, or do they have to produce it themselves with their own like iPhone or?
So we try to encourage them to learn through the process. So we give them the opportunity to get involved as much or as little in that as they want to. Some of them want to do more, and some of them want to do less. But as a very minimum, we make sure that they have editorial control over their messages and that they're very much involved in the actual structure of the film and what content goes into it, even if they don't get involved in the production side of it. But some organisations really want to get involved and learn more about that as well, and we do that too. So,
cool. Okay, because I think that's important part of it is the empowerment of feeling like, oh, I can do this. This is something I didn't even think about for myself. And I think for myself as an older entrant into the video world, I didn't get my film degree or anything like that. I have a degree in psychology, but I fell in love with the community of the creativity and the family that you kind of create when you're part of a production. And I really feel like when I'm here now that I do get paid a small amount of money to work here, but in trade for what I don't get paid, I'm helping people, and I see people, like get to be able to feel more confident and be able to get their skills built up, and then they can, go out in the world and do more editing, or they can do it for a living and get involved with other people. So as an empowerment thing for maybe even older adults as training, I've seen seniors take the equipment pretty well, and it's nice to capture stories, from historic stories about Berkeley, and we have community events that we also go out and film as well. So it sounds like we have a lot in common.
Yeah.
And I would definitely like to make sure and keep up with you about what your station is. You're online only. So what's the website again?
It's www.swindonviewpoint.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
And ours is pretty easy, just www.bcmtv.org. So we have this, we're connecting. And then what else do we want to know about each other? What's going on? How long are you going to be here?
I'm actually flying back tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been here, so I've been in the US for 3 weeks, and I was first in Seattle, and then briefly in San Francisco, then Yosemite, and then I went down to LA and came back up. So I've been around the West Coast for about 3 weeks. But yeah, this is my last day.
Wow.
I'm sad to go home.
And you're here at the station on your last day? That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And it's kind of a far flight. Like, how many hours is it?
Oh, it's long. It was 11 hours from London to Seattle, but on the way home it's going to be 14 because I have to go to LA and change. So yeah, a bit longer.
But in the air, maybe 11.
Oh yeah, shorter in the air. Yeah.
They don't smoke on the planes anymore.
No, thank goodness.
So see how long it's been for me since I've been to Europe. But maybe we should
I
make
can't believe they ever did.
Yeah, isn't that terrible? Well, this is the non-smoking section over here, and you can just, like, an invisible wall.
It doesn't work, does it?
Yeah, but I would love the idea of country hopping and community access TV hopping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be really nice to kind of to do some research around who's out there and how people are doing things, and learn from each other and kind of see, you know.
Because we need to make sure that this remains an avenue for free speech, for people to be able to express themselves, to have a voice. And we have also a government channel. I don't know if you have this, like, government programming too.
Yeah, we have that too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're right, it's really important. Community media needs to be there for people to have a voice and have a say about things that they ordinarily wouldn't get the access to say, and certainly not in their own ways and in their own words. So yeah, I think it's really important that we keep that going.
Yep. Thank you so much for being here. I love it. I'm so excited, and maybe I'll be on your show next time. And
that would be great. You'd be very welcome to come visit.
Thank you. Bye.